This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Good Wednesday morning to you. It is a numbers game at VSiN, the sports betting network, VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, and of course, Sirius XM Channel 158. It's Gil Alexander. That right there is Kelly Bidlin, everybody.
Hey, yo.
Kelly Bidley. How you doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. It's a Wednesday during football season.
That's right.
That means Wednesdays, Kelly just schedules W's on the show. Wishnev, Warren Sharp, Whalen, that's Nick Whalen, talking NBA with us. Oh, a bunch of NBA from Nick. Yeah, Nick's done a lot of NBA stuff here in the offseason, so he's ready to talk about it. RotoWire senior analyst. Warren and Wishnev on the National Football League, of course. Will Hill, keep it with the W's. Host of the Should Have Bet More podcast, his thoughts on the Major League Baseball playoffs, which, of course, continues. It's the MLB postseason, by the way. They don't say playoffs. The postseason of Major League Baseball, which continues tonight with Game 3 in Seattle with the Mariners up 2-0. Tomorrow we should have a doubleheader. We will have a doubleheader. And then Friday maybe a doubleheader, and that will be the end of doubleheaders.
Oh, that's no fun.
But that means that for Friday to be a doubleheader, it means one of these series would have to continue, if you know what I mean. Yeah. The AL specifically.
What do you think Greg's middle name is? Maybe he's
then Greg W. Peterson, I was going to say.
Yeah, maybe he's a William or something like that.
Greg W. Peterson.
Greg W. Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just go with
That's what it is. That's it. That's how you could be a guest on this show on Wednesdays. Just come to us with the W. You're in there.
Most of that wasn't planned. Most of it. Some of it was.
Yeah, something we noticed.
Like win totals.
And win total Wednesdays. Now, here's the thing with the win total Wednesdays. We have a win total segment coming up. We're going to look at adjusted season NFL season win totals. There are how many teams in the National Football League? There are 32 of them.
32.
You know how many adjusted season win totals perusing through there that I like?
More than I have seen Gil Alexander list in 6+ years of looking at adjusted season win totals with Gil.
Way too many.
I didn't even actually count. What was the final count? 8?
10.
9?
More than a quarter of the league, I like the adjusted season win totals. We'll go through them schedule by schedule.
I grabbed 4 and I thought I was heavy.
And we'll also do and also with the W, the NFL whip around. The whip around. Cool whip around. We'll do that momentarily. Last night, Major League Baseball, the Dodgers do it again. Doyers. Here's the thing. If they have this kind of starting pitching on a nightly basis, forget about them not winning the World Series. They're not going to lose a game. Mm-hmm. This is insane what's going on with this club.
And the Tigers should have taken note, Just Scooble every inning.
Scooble every inning. Coming off the heels of the Blake Snell 8-inning facing the minimum 24 batters shutout, one hit, 10 Ks and no walks, which could arguably be considered one of the best postseason starting pitching performances in history.
Mm-hmm.
Then they get a complete game from Yoshinobu Yamamoto last night. Complete game where he gave up his one earned run on the very first pitch, a Jackson Chourio solo shot. 1-0 Milwaukee, and that sent Milwaukee at the Costco into a frenzy, as Mark Borges said yesterday.
At the Costco Park.
At the Costco Park. Not just theirs, but any indoor antiseptic park like that. But that was it. That was it for runs. Yamamoto ends up 9 innings pitched, complete game, 1 earned run on 3 hits, 7 Ks, 1 walk, 111 pitches. 5-1 Dodgers after the Chourio solo shot. Teoscar with a 1-out solo shot in the bottom of the first to tie it up. Then they took a lead later in that inning on a Pages RBI double. I know how much you like Pages.
Yeah, Andy.
Jason Weingarten loves him. Top 6. 2 out, no one on a 3-2 pitch. That would have been Peralta's last batter either way. Muncy, solo shot, straightaway center, 3-1. Ohtani 1-out RBI single in the 7th after Kike doubled and was sacrificed over, 4-1. And then the top of the 8th, Edmund RBI single knocking in Smith, who had singled to start the frame. 5-1. Doyers. Game 3 in the NLCS is tomorrow. Game 4 is on Friday as they head back to Chavez Ravine. And the Dodgers have Glasnow and Ohtani set up for 3 and 4.
And a rested bullpen.
Yes. Though the bullpen is their bugaboo, right?
Yeah, I know.
That's their kryptonite. So, but as long as your starter's going 8-9 innings, that doesn't matter. They can just chill in the bullpen. Dodgers are now the Brewers. By the way, if you have any interest in the Brewers, and by the way, I'm guessing you should not. The Brewers are 7-1 to come back and win this series. But this is domination in every sense of the word. Now, the Mariners and the Blue Jays, Game 3 is tonight. Mariners did the same thing to the Blue Jays. The Dodgers did the Brewers, which is to say, go on the road and win the first 2 games of the best of 7 CS. And in these situations where teams win the first 2 games of the best of 7 CS, the last 25 times that has happened in best of 7s, 22-3 to close out the series. So there you go. Tonight, Mariners and Mariners now at home. Remember, these are 2-3-2s, which explains why we might have a doubleheader tomorrow. Now, doesn't explain tomorrow's doubleheader, but it certainly would explain the potential doubleheader on Friday. These are 2-3-2s, so 3 chances to win 2 games at home for both the Dodgers and the Mariners tonight at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. It is Shane Bieber going for the Jays. It is George Kirby going for the Mariners. Bieber on the year, 3.57 ERA. The advanced stats were worse, though. He had a really high home run to fly ball rate, 21.1%. He's great against lefties, but again, that's not necessarily an advantage here against this Mariners team, which has not only the right-handed heavy basically, and they have switch hitters that can go to the right side, namely in Raleigh and Polanco. So it's not a favorable matchup for Bieber necessarily in that regard. By the way, the hard contact rate for him all year was not good. This is near 50%, by the way, on the hard contact rate. This is not vintage Bieber. Can we say vintage Bieber? Is that allowed, that he had a vintage moment? Post Tommy John surgery here, it is what it is. His only appearance so far in the postseason, Game 3 at the Yankees, in that series, he only went 2 1/3, gave up 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 2 Ks, 1 walk. On the other hand, George Kirby of the Mariners, Seattle, by the way, -130 favorite in this game tonight. George Kirby of the Mariners, his 2 postseason appearances, both in the series against the Tigers, obviously. Game 1, 5 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 8 Ks, 1 walk on 94 pitches. And then in the decider, the Game 5 decider, the extra inning affair against the Tigers, he got the start there. He went 5 innings, only gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, 6 Ks, no walks on 66 pitches. So Kirby's been solid here in the postseason. So, listen, I got to shout out Will Hill again because I wasn't even thinking about it. Before the Dodgers series, he says, the sweep on the Dodgers is 7-1. I'm like, ooh, I like that. Bet that immediately, right? I don't have any action here in the Blue Jays Mariners necessarily. Am I as confident in the Mariners as I am in the Dodgers? No, but I think most people would agree the Dodgers are the Dodgers. That's a whole different category. But I'm pretty super confident, nonetheless, that they're going to close this out in a 3-game before Toronto has a chance to get it back to their home ballpark north of the border. So Blue Jays are, still alive, right? Their superpower is they don't strike out, but they're up against it for sure.
All right, I got a couple questions for you, which one of them I think you just answered. But better chance to come back in the series.
Oh, Mariners. Blue Jays.
Blue Jays.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better chance to win Game 3.
I'd say Blue Jays. I'd still say
Blue Jays. Okay.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are -190
but
favorites.
that's only because it's the Dodgers on the other side of that equation.
Yeah,
right?
and they are -190 favorites in the game versus -125.
It's not over. Let's put it that way. Nothing's over in baseball, right? Baseball is still random. What's the old Stats by Lopez stat that I don't think we've cited it this postseason?
I rely on you to bring it up. Don't ask me what it is.
If 80% of the favorites in the NBA best of 7s get through, or the NBA playoffs get through, because the NBA is top heavy, what would it take for 80% of favorites to get through in hockey? You'd have to play best of 51s based on the random nature of that sport in the postseason. And in baseball, you'd have to play best of 75s. That sounds great, but when you have behemoths like the Dodgers, where everybody got healthy at the right time, or they were just sort of sandbagging and we're waiting for this moment, which we kind of knew they were, I don't know if that stat means much.
That's the 75s. They should increase the World Series to that, Gil. Did you catch the Bill 80 trivia this morning?
No, it was Bill 80
Bill 80 trivia for you. Okay,
yep.
This is in the newsletter. I put it in the rundown, so hopefully you didn't read the top of the rundown.
Bill 80, founder of VSiN.
That's right, and executive editor of the website and everything we do.
Former Chicago Sun-Times employee.
I'm just making
let's
up titles.
Let's just give out his entire resume.
It's an executive editor.
When Greg Peterson was on and said that he's run 12 miles a day for 9 years.
Oh, that's right.
Bill also pointed out that he did it for 8 years in a row or something like that.
very
Not
impressive.
12 miles, but ran every day.
I did it one day, and then I quit. One day.
Kelly didn't make it out of the gym.
All right, 28 road teams have taken a 2-0 lead in MLB playoff history. 25 went on to win the series. Can you name the 3 that lost?
Oh, so 25-3. I said 22-3. 25-3 in that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it's got to be a team that played the Yankees, is my guess on one of them. I don't know the answer.
All right, we go all the way back to 1996 is the last time. That would be the Braves. And then 86 Red Sox.
Braves did it against who?
I don't know. I just have the winners.
Jeez. Okay.
86 Red Sox.
The Braves eventually losing to the Yankees in the World Series that year.
And then the 85 Cardinals.
What was the one in the middle?
86 Red Sox.
86 Red Sox, who fell behind, I want to say, the Angels. Was it in the CS? Do I have that right? I believe. And what was the last one? What was the last one on that?
85 Cardinals.
85 Cardinals the year before that. Cardinals end up winning. Did the Royals end up winning the World Series in 85, or was that the Cardinals? I'm getting it all screwed up now. I believe it was the Royals who end up winning the 85 World Series on the Don Denkinger call at first.
Royals were 85.
Yeah,
yep.
Don Denkinger call at first base. Oh, that's when baseball was baseball, everybody.
That's right.
Kelly doesn't remember it, but I know you do.
No robot umpiring that Kelly could screw up or anything.
Just
a guy behind the plate.
Great exchange yesterday we had. It was total what is he not? Is he not understanding here? We'll come back. We will do an NFL whip around. Once again, just our quick thoughts, Survivor, ATS, on the whole NFL card, and NFL season win totals as well, adjusted, and I like a bunch of them. But first, the aforementioned Will Hill, sitting on a Dodgers sweep ticket as well. All his thoughts on tonight's game in Major League Baseball, Week 7 in the NFL, maybe some college football. We got it all. It's a numbers game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
If you're serious about football betting, VSiN's got your weekend game plan. Fridays at 7 p.m., it's the Circa Friday Football Invitational. Saturday morning, VSiN's college football tailgate show at 9 a.m., breaking down matchups, props, and big-time bets. Later that night, join the football contest show as the sharpest betting minds give you their picks for Sunday's game. And Sunday at 9 a.m., lock in with Mitch and Paulie on VSiN's Pro Football Tailgate Show. Your final stop before kickoff. Check out the full lineup at VSiN.com and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
So, Paulie, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah, came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole nine, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's late night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
Coming up on the next edition of Follow the Money, can Toronto save their season? Game 3 NLCS shift to Seattle will be a madhouse. A couple college football games to preview. Sal Pal is back. What's going on in Philadelphia? Sky is falling. Mike Palm, another edition of You Cannot Be Serious. And Matt Humans with his best bets. Follow the Money, 4 to 7 Eastern on VSiN. The Sports Betting Network now, Sirius XM Channel 158. Check out the website for all the betting tools and analysis, or get the VSiN Watch app.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Want to bet smarter? Start with Smarter Insights. Right now you can check out our NBA betting guide, our NFL and college football betting hubs for breakdowns of every game, and Wednesdays, college football best bets and previews. And later today you can check out ALCS previews, Jonathan Davis's NHL picks, and Steve McKinnon's Week 8 college football best bets. Right now you can sign up for as little as $9.99 to access all the VSiN Pro articles. Just head to VSiN.com/subscribe to sign up today. It's Gil Alexander. So we do fact-checking on trivia that we do in a previous segment in the break. And so what we came up with was it wasn't the 86 CS, right? Because the Red Sox actually and the Angels split the first two games.
Yeah, it was a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, the Red Sox did trail 3-1, but they didn't trail 2-0. So that wasn't one of them.
And then Will just rattled off 7 other examples.
But no, not 7 other. But Will did rattle off the fact that it happened twice in '96, back to back. The Braves trailed the Cardinals 2-0 after 2 home games, came back to win that series, and then the Yankees trailed the Braves 2-0 after going down 2-0. Let me see if I have that right. Will Hill joins us now, courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line at not the Will Hill. 2 E's in the. Will, is that correct?
You're going to fact check me? How dare you, Gilly? Yes, Yankees lost the first 2 at home.
Just
they got buried in that 96 World Series, the first 2. I think we talked about this World Series last year. And then they won Game 3. Larrett's home run, I think, was Game 4. And then they won the next 2 and won it in 6.
I brought that up last week, and I believe your comment was talk slower, I believe is what you said.
Yes.
Yankees fan that you are. Will, by the way, the host of the Shoulda Bet More podcast. Who's your guest this week, Will?
Had Ian McMillan on Wednesday and had Jeff Schwartz on Monday, former Megapod star himself, Jeff Schwartz. So see who we have coming up for Friday, but it's been fun. To do it again.
Jeff Schwartz, banned from the Megapod by the Megapod audience and by Todd Wishnev. Is that true? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that the case? Why can't we get Jeff back on?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either. I'm sure that's not why you brought it up at all. All right. What about your Dodgers sweep ticket? 7-1. You feeling good about that? I imagine.
I am feeling good. Yeah, DraftKings actually had plus 750 here on the East Coast. So still thinking about what to do with that. Like, do I take a 1.5 in Game 3? Probably not. If it got to a Game 4, I'd be tempted by it. I saw it open last night at DraftKings like minus 170. I thought that was super low, and it's steamed up a good 20 cents. It just feels like, I don't know, a mid-major versus Duke in the NCAA tournament. It feels like the A's money ball. It just doesn't feel like a fair fight here with the Brewers. I'm sure if the Dodgers steamroll the Brewers and then win a World Series, we're going to start hearing about salary caps and all of those things, which I think is probably coming anyway, at least the debate, the conversation. But that's down the road. I just think the Dodgers have too much power, the bats, the arms, and the Brewers are just trying to piece it together, which is why I thought the sweep was in play with no Woodruff. Their pitching wasn't lined up. It's just an opener here. They try to get 3 or 4 innings out of this guy or that guy. That's not the way to beat the Dodgers. You got to match fire with fire, and the Dodgers have just gotten healthy at the right time. Maybe it was some gamesmanship in terms of like pacing these guys and load managing Snell and Glass now, but Sasaki has merged as a threat out of the bullpen. I know he wasn't great in Game 1, but this feels like it's going to be a sweep here, and we'll get to the other series. But I kind of think we're looking at 2 sweeps here in the LCS, which I don't remember. Speaking of trivia, I don't remember the last time we got 2 sweeps in the ALCS and the NLCS.
Kelly's on it. That'll keep him busy.
1971. I remember it well.
he's making that. Not true.
I will get an answer.
He's just making it up.
I'll get an answer.
You're so right about it. It's Peralta and everybody else for the Brewers. And the other thing about the sweep, you are right. I bet it 4 times, which dollar cost averages out to about 7-1. But the first one was at plus, so this is offshore. So the first one was like plus 740 something, then plus 17s, and then below $7 and below $7. So you're right. It was closer to plus 750 on the sweep here. Right now, to close out the sweep, you got it at plus 170, just to give you a comparison how it's moved since the first 2 games are now in the rear view. What about tonight?
FanDuel, by the way, down to 150
wow.
on the sweep. DraftKings is still at 170. I actually think the 170, like if you had no bets and if you're just telling me independently, Dodgers plus 170 a sweep, is this a good bet or a bad bet? I don't think that's a bad bet. I think it's going to be very hard for Milwaukee to get a game here. I'm
so glad for you to, so glad that you brought it up, because I had regret over not betting the Dodgers even at like what Kelly did at 5-1. So this was sort of the replacement for that. We'll see if it gets there, obviously. Tomorrow and the following night. What about the
You'll learn one day, Gil.
What's that?
You'll learn one day. Just keep following my baseball betting. You'll learn.
That's right. His baseball betting where he had the Yankees. What was your Yankees division with?
Minus 250 on like July 3rd, and I think they lost like 17 of the next 20 games.
Not the best of it, but they almost got
Not
there.
the best of it. Yeah.
Mariners, Blue Jays, Game 3 tonight. It's Bieber and Kirby. How do you feel about this series and the Blue Jays prospects?
I don't think we're going back to Toronto, and I'm not sure that Toronto's getting a game here. I'm surprised this is this low. Kirby is their ace, co-ace. He's been really good. The underlying stuff is good. Bieber, as you mentioned, he's gotten hit hard. I think 12.5% barrel rate. The ERA is a run lower than the expected ERA. This is a home field that is meaningful. They're going to be crazy there. Never been to a World Series. They can smell it. They can taste it. They lost their basketball team. Of course, these are some narrative things, but I think Seattle wins today. So I like Seattle on the money line and a couple props. I'm surprised this at DraftKings. George Kirby plus 255 to record a win. I think that's a little bit high. I think that's juiced. Of course, it's 2-2 after 6, and he leaves. Somebody else can win. Of course, the Mariners can win without Kirby getting a win, but getting $2.50 for every dollar you bet, a little north of that, I think is a good bet. And I also like Bieber under 14.5 outs. Like we mentioned, he's gotten hit hard. And last time he pitched in the playoffs was Yankee Stadium. That's the one game the Yankees won. They were pretty quick to run and get him. I think they went and got him in the 4th inning. And that was the series. They're up 2-0. And they didn't have the sense of urgency of, all right, we're down 2-0. We got to win this. So is he really going to get through 5 innings? That I'm skeptical of. So I like Bieber under outs, and I like Kirby at plus 255 to record a win here.
1975. Red Sox swept the Athletics 3-0. Reds swept the Pirates 3-0. It's the last time we've had 2 sweeps.
I told you.
Did I steal your thunder?
1970.
Kelly found that too quickly. We're gonna have to find something else for Kelly to do the rest of the show.
No. Actually, this was gonna be. I was gonna come with fair warning because old Google AI, it almost tripped me up, but I double checked.
I was correct. The answer is 75, right?
I still haven't found the actual answer.
1975, but it was best of 5s back then. 1975. Okay. To the National Football League. The Megapod, by the way, the Beating the Book Megapod is being recorded today. The Win Studio told us before the season started that there's going to be 2 weeks in October where we're kind of evicted. So we took the opportunity to do it early this week. We will do that today and next week. Without giving away all your plays, Will, what's your favorite NFL Week 7 play?
Yeah, people getting out their pens and the papers, pulling off to the side of the road, looking to fade my Megapod picks, I'm sure. Looking to turn it around. I feel good. I don't know. We'll see if this is the week I can turn around. Maybe Brian Callahan being fired here mercifully is the break I need. Change the karma here. I like Minnesota getting the 2.5. I just think they're getting much healthier. Their injury report with Blake Cashman, who's their green dot, looks like he's going to play. They might have 4/5 of their offensive line back. That offensive line has been decimated. All of those guys have been out. It looks like after the bye, a lot of those guys have a chance to play. And Eagles, 28th in the league in yards per play. They've been a mess offensively. Plus, you're going to give Flores a chance here and a good coaching staff, an extra week to prepare, extra time to prepare. So I like Minnesota getting the points, and I'm going to lay it with Detroit. I'm pretty sure those are going to be 2 of my 3 picks. I just think, look, the Bucks and the Lions, an old NFC Central matchup, by the way. I missed the NFC Central. But the Lions have played this team, the Bucks, 3 times in the last couple of years. They won 2 of them and won them pretty comfortably, convincingly. And the third one they lost, and it knocked me out of Survivor last year, if you remember, early, like week 3 of the season. It was 465 to like 230 in terms of yardage in favor of Detroit, but Tampa won the game. So, look, I know Baker and the Bucks are this great story. Baker's one of the short shots for MVP. I get all that. I just don't totally buy it. And they're still missing a bunch of guys offensively. Big gap in DVOA, all of those things. So I think Detroit wins this game by a touchdown plus.
Yeah, congratulations on Brian Callahan. We obviously don't revel in someone someone losing their job, but you had a Brian Callahan to be the first coach fired ticket. What was your number on that?
15-1, and speak for yourself, Gilly. There was a little reveling in the Hill House also. I
know there was. I know there was. And Madison 8-8 in celebration. By the way, you're not the only numbers game guy and VSiN host to have a big day on Monday. We forgot to mention Adam Burke came on the show on Monday after guessing line, said Caleb Williams first touchdown scored 18-1. Bang.
And he did.
Yes.
Nice.
The Bergster.
So mazel tov to him. You want
El Burgerino. The Bergster.
This is Kelly's latest thing. I can't stop him
75, 70, and 69. 75 is the last
75, 70, and 69. There are your answers to championship series sweeps in both leagues. Real quick before you go, Will, a college football play from you this week?
I think USC keeps it close. It's at 9.5, and I want to see the weather because I don't really like that West Coast team if it's cold and rainy, but I do think USC has the offense, an elite offense to keep it close. And I'll go under 48.5 Vandy LSU. Everyone's talking about the spread because Vandy favored over LSU, a top 10 team. It's just things that have never happened before. But LSU, you look at their games, it's all 20-10, 24-19. They're very good defensively, very limited offensively. I think Vandy's okay with that style. So I like under 48.5 in that one.
All right. Never should have shown Kelly that old Rob Schneider SNL sketch because now he can't stop.
I enjoy Averman from the Mighty Ducks better. That's really where I draw from.
Okay.
Who stole it from that?
Who stole it from Rob
clearly
Schneider? Yeah, one for Will.
Wilson Hilson, the Hillster.
Nice.
Cast some tickets.
Sorry I asked.
Thank you, Will. Podcast.
Thank you, Will. Should have been
See
more
you guys,
podcast.
thanks.
Will Hill,
See you,
everybody,
Will.
at Not the Will Hill, 2 E's in the V. Also a Bear Bets podcast star, Chris Felica's Empire over there at Fox Sports, and star of the Megapod. Coming back, the NFL whip around. Next on a numbers game right here at VSiN.
Got a good thing coming. Just wait and see. It's a good.
The NBA betting season is tipping off, and VSiN's got you covered with our brand new NBA betting guide. We've packed it with key insights and betting trends, previews of all 30 teams, and of course, our experts' season-long best bets. It's the playbook you want in your hands before the first tip. The guide is exclusive for VSiN Pro members, so don't miss out. Sign up today at VSiN.com/subscribe and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
As the official horse racing partner of VSiN, First Bet is built for bettors who demand more. They demand it. First Bet, it's just not about placing a bet. It's about helping bettors of all levels with proprietary AI handicapping tools that provide data-driven insights to help you make smarter bets. First Bet's in-app tools give you win, place, and show probabilities for each runner so you can quickly and easily identify good value plays and improve on your ROI. Right now, you can take advantage of a limited-time $250 sign-up offer. To claim your bonus, though, you got to use promo code VSiN250 when you sign up in the First Bet app or at firstbet.com. That's promo code VSiN250. We get tweets at Beating the Book. Best listeners in the game, Big O ATX. So glad to hear that Gil's little buddy Owen Wright is back in the NFL. I love getting shout-outs every week on Guessing the Lines. Owen Wrights unite. Oh, you see, because his name is Owen Wright, and then my guy's name is Owen Wright.
That works out pretty well for him.
That's why he keeps shouting him out. Yeah, Owen was in victory formation for the Bucs this past week.
Hey, he was a key piece.
Hey, man,
of the victory formation for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because it's the first, they were waiting for him to arrive before using.
Listen, you just can't run victory formation willy nilly.
No, you have to have the right personnel.
Yeah, got to have the right people in place. Joe Abraham, best listeners in the game, now under review. He says, Russell Smith, I have a book with 7.2 team teasers at -120. Ties lose. Ah, yes, there's the catch. Do you like any or all of these teased up to 8.5? Minnesota, Jets, Colts, Cowboys. Oh boy, I don't trust a couple of those.
I mean, that's still great teaser prices. It's just you got to avoid. That's the key, right? Avoid the ties.
Brian Schaefer, 31. Hey Gil, a new betting prop that I started to dive into is hockey shots on goal. He's a SOG guy. He said if you do the research and find the hockey teams that their defenses are bad, take guys on the first line against. Long season, but I think there's some advantages.
Yeah, look, this is... Gil and I have talked more about this probably off-air than on-air, but, sure. I don't even know where you start with handicapping NHL, honestly, when you're looking at sides and totals. When Jake Hahn first brought up shots on goal, that was the first hockey betting thing that even made sense to me, because it's kind of like three-pointers if I'm trying to handicap that in the NBA. It's a lot easier to try to handicap how many attempts are going to come up from a player or shots on goal than how many are going to go in.
Yeah. Jeremy Larson, he's quote tweeting a Greg Ehrenberg report. You see this Ehrenberg report about Lombardi using a typewriter to write his books?
No, did not.
Yeah, Jeremy Larson saying, as Gil actually points out, this guy has it figured out. John Massey, repeating what we said. Yeah, Braves came back from 2-0 down against St. Louis and then won the first two of the World Series at Yankee Stadium and lost 4 straight. That was in 96. Yeah, we pointed that out. Scott, New York Mets 16. Time to redo my average Joe picks now that Will is on Minnesota Sunday. Listen, here's the thing with Will. He's great. Just it hasn't gone well in the Megapod. Jaco Bellis, you mean to tell me that Greg's middle name isn't Hoops? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. It's Hoops, but it's spelled with a W. It's Hoops. Isn't that true? No. D-Gen Southern Gen. Can we please stop mentioning the 96 Yankees? Asking for a D-Gen. Too many painful memories for 9-year-old Willie. Also put Andrew Jones in the Hall for Pete's sake. He still holds the record for youngest player to hit 2 home runs in a World Series game. They were calling him in the Hall of Fame while that broadcast was happening. They're like, this kid's going to Hall of Fame. He was like 19 at the time.
He just stole one of my names, though. I was gonna tell you off air that I could probably name more 1996 Braves members than Mariners or Blue Jays of this year. That's definitely true.
That's interesting. It's an interesting relationship with baseball. By the way, here, just boys and girls, just a PSA from a numbers game before we do the whip around. This is why you can't rely on Chat GPT or AI or whatever you're Googling up there.
Got to double check.
Because here's the thing. So, the question was, when was the last time there were 2 teams that swept in both championship series? And I said, quick, 1975 is the answer. It's best of 5s, right? They both did. And then Kelly was over here trying to research it, and what did you come up with?
So I go into Google, right, and go and search. Last time, there was a sweep in both league championship series, okay? Yeah. Good enough? Is that good enough for you?
So far,
Start
good.
to Google?
So far, good.
AI Overview comes back with, quote, the last time there was a sweep in both Major League Baseball's league championship series was in 2018, when the Red Sox swept the Houston Astros in the American League, and the Los Angeles Dodgers swept the Milwaukee Brewers in the National League. Both teams went on to lose the World Series.
Both teams lost the World Series after sweeps that didn't happen, right?
Both teams lost the World Series.
That's phenomenal.
It's impressive.
There you go. They both lost it. It's incredible.
It's a tough job. I get a lot of credit for producing around here. Sometimes you got to know when something sounds a little fishy, Gil. That one sounded a little fishy to me.
What year did they say both teams lost the World Series?
2018.
Yeah, that was a tough year. I remember it well. That's never happened before, but it did that year. Nor did the sweeps happen, right? They didn't. I don't believe in either of those.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I think the Dodgers and Brewers went to 7. I think I found.
Yep, sure did. Okay, ready for the whip around? We got to do a real quick whip around. Ready?
Yeah, that was good times. Thanks for 30 minutes of content, Bill 80. We really managed to
right.
destroy that trivia.
Hey, you wanted 3 hours. This is what you get. Steelers and Bengals tomorrow night, Thursday night football. Steelers and Bengals. Steelers are 5.5-point favorites on the road against the Bungles. It is a survivor consideration, I believe, should be for survivor players. We talked about this at length yesterday. Do you want any part of this spread?
Absolutely not.
Nope.
I think that we are getting, it would be lean Bengals. I'm not going to be betting it. I do think we've swung a little too far probably on the Pittsburgh side. Kind of like the over, right? Didn't Drew say he liked the over yesterday? I agree with that. I think this defense, the Steelers' defense hadn't been all that great recently. I think they're kind of built up more by the name than actually what they've done this year. We know how bad the Bengals' defense is. 43.5, it would be play on the over, if anything, for me.
Wembley Stadium, London, England for the international game Sunday morning between the Rams and the Jaguars. It's Rams at Jaguars. So it's like Duval County. What? That's
Rams
what it is.
at Jaguars at Wembley Stadium.
That's right. That's correct. Rams are 3-point favorites. Anything on this? I want no part.
Nothing on the side. I missed the total yesterday. I did bring it up. I'm going to check during the break. I'm going to try to bet the under 45 if I can find a 45.
Sunday early.
Mainly 44.5.
Sunday early window. Raiders at Chiefs. It's the biggest spread on the board. Chiefs are 11.5-point favorites. Total is 45.5.
The Puka Nacua injury is huge. Sorry, I know I'm going backwards.
That's
but
right.
That's huge. I think we're going to talk a little bit of awards tomorrow. I think that's big there, and I think for that game, that's part of the reason.
Oft hurt Puka Nacua.
Yep. Chiefs, Raiders, man, I'll tell you, Gil, we're going to talk more Survivor at some point tomorrow or Friday because I got to pick your brain more, but I am spiraling this week. This is tough. This is tough to figure out.
Who's the leader in the clubhouse?
I guess I'll stick with Denver, man, but I don't like the way they looked a week ago, and they're coming back from London. It's a lot more scared of that game than I was a week or two ago. Look, Chiefs, Raiders, nothing side. Lean to the over, I guess, in this game, but
Survivor for some, but it's circa. You obviously have chances to use them later, and they are, of course, holiday considerations. Dolphins at Browns. Oh, it's a barn burner. Browns favored by 3, total 40.
Man, this is.
If I made you watch every play of this game, would you do so?
You'd have to pay me $732 to watch every play of this game.
All right.
Dolphins catching 3. I guess I did not expect it was going to get to 3. It's the only way I could look.
You know what the only problem with that question is? That when it's the NFL, I would watch every play of every game. That's the difference.
Yeah, I didn't go too pricey on you.
Yeah, that's true.
You didn't say every play of a cricket game.
That might be the question. The answer to the Megapod question of what game do you want the least part of? It might be Cleveland and Miami. Patriots are 7-point favorites on the road against the Brian Callahan-less Tennessee Titans. Have we gone too far with the Patriots number here?
Yes. Do I have any desire to bet the Titans, though? No. Next. Early window on I don't
Sunday.
hate if you include that in teasers, right? I think it's a good teaser leg. I haven't done it, but I think that works.
Saints and Bears. Bears are 5.5-point favorites. I believe they should be a survivor consideration for folks because there is no other place to use them, and at some point, you're going to have to be uncomfortable with the team.
Yeah. I think it's tough. See, this is another one, Gil. You have me thinking more about them for Survivor, but man, you're coming off Monday Night Football.
Don't let me run you into a wall on Survivor.
I ain't gonna blame you for anything, but hopes are high. You'd come off a big win on Monday night, come back against the lowly Saints. What could possibly go wrong?
I didn't say you were gonna be comfortable. Eagles at Vikings. Eagles 2-point favorites on the road. Will just like the Vikings just a moment ago.
Yeah, I put them in a teaser on Sunday. I like that. Eagles got to show me something first before I'm going to go back to betting on them. But I'm looking to fade them basically every week. I think the Vikings at home in a teaser leg's a great spot.
Panthers at Jets. I guessed Panthers would be a favorite Monday morning. They were not. They were a dog. I immediately bet them. They are now a favorite, -1-point favorite.
Yeah, I did the same thing on Sunday. I don't know about you. I still don't hate them on the money line. If you're seeing a -120 out there, I don't hate that.
Next, we have this is the early window of the late window. Colts at the Chargers. Chargers 1.5-point favorites. This is a good game and a barometer game for both teams, I think.
Where does this fall on your game of the week list?
It's up there.
Guess I'm not as excited about it as most people seem to be.
The Chargers don't play a fascinating brand of football.
No, they do not. There's that part of it.
Yeah.
I also don't know that I have long-term belief in either one of these.
I don't either.
But you're right. I mean, hey, good records, good team so far. Should be a good watch.
This is going to be a big survivor pick. Giants at Broncos. Broncos 7-point home favorites at Empower Field at Mile High.
I mean, the other side of this with the Broncos, I can be concerned about the Broncos. I can also say the Giants looked pretty impressive a week ago.
Sure did.
Right? Like, I get the excitement.
Yeah, but I don't like that matchup. And then it's Dallas week. Washington at Dallas. Skins favored by 1.5 on the road.
I put the Cowboys in that teaser with the Vikings.
Makes sense. That's a big teaser play on the Cowboys there.
I mean, it's a crazy high total, right? Stanford Wong would tell me no, but...
One more of the day games. Packers at Cardinals. Packers 6.5-point road favorites. A survivor consideration, but lukewarm consideration.
They are. They are a survivor consideration for me, though.
Yes, very lukewarm. We have the primetime game still to get to, which we will get to on the other side. And Greg Peterson joins us on baseball next.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Join the guru, John Hansen, at the intersection of prop betting and fantasy sports on Prop Points, only on VSiN.
Lesson number 1, Patty's back. I still believe that Caleb Williams is not any good. And, other than Rome Odunze, I don't trust anyone that can't run the ball.
John and his guests will help you find the connection between the two and give you his expert advice on how to capitalize when a number is too good to pass up. Prop Points, weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on VSiN.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Hey, congratulations. A mazel tov to John Rogers, the Average Joe Weekly winner of the week. A proud VSiN Pro subscriber. Every week you can win $500 in cash, $1,000 if you have an Edge Boost account. And each quarter, one winner scores airfare for two to Las Vegas, a 2-night stay at Circa Resort and Casino, and an in-studio guest appearance on a VSiN show. Enter free anytime at VSiN.com/Joe. That's VSIN.com/Joe. No word on whether John went 7-0 or not, but he's the winner. John Rogers. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sean. Ends a streak of multiple women winning it, right?
Yeah. Or as many of our listeners say, beards winning it for dudes.
Yeah. Or another woman won, and
sexist.
And we just made up a man's name, John Rogers. Is that who it was?
John Rogers.
Sounds pretty plain, Gil. Sounds like we just made that up.
We get tweets via the book Primetime. Oh no, where's it? We're here. Here comes the skin slander.
He's really been coming after you recently.
He goes, "Yo, hey man, so you don't like reveling in a coach getting fired? Hey, fine. Reinstate DC Skins legendary ball coach Steve Spurrier, at least for the week. That'll learn you. Peace and love, commies suck," he said. All right. Larry Fresh, point taken. Larry Fresh, I won my Survivor League. Should I continue to pick just to practice the exercise or let it go? That's great. I think you should probably let it go. You won already. You don't have to keep doing this. This is Real Knicks. Hey, can Kelly please search Google AI and see if both teams won the 2016 World Series? Then I'll be able to retroactively celebrate my Indians championship. Duke of the South, any Stanford Wong teasers this week? Well, we just mentioned Dallas.
I have Dallas in Minnesota, although the Dallas total would not apply for Stanford Wong, right? We are way too high. The total's like 55.5.
That's correct. Totals get involved. Brian M. B. Morianen says, Mahomes at home versus the Raiders last 3 years, 2-1 with a net minus 3-point differential. Yeah, the Chiefs always have difficulty with the Raiders historically for whatever reason. And Las Vegas 514, yo, R.I.P. to D'Angelo, very sad. Lost him and Angie Stone, who they both share a son together within 7 months. Life is short. Yeah, I mentioned D'Angelo's passing yesterday. I was stunned by that during the show. Neo-soul R&B legend, really a bridge from old school R&B to what you have today. And for those of us who were young adults when he was huge, it hurts hard because it's sort of the death of our young adult life. But I was the dude who was like, I did I'm the Facebook, was it stories on Facebook or Reels? I can't remember. Stories. Yeah.
Reels is Instagram.
I'm that guy that then has like 6 D'Angelo songs going back to back yesterday. I just, best concert I've ever been to, 1995 Bimbo, San Francisco. D'Angelo. May he rest in peace. Real quick before we get to Greg, the last games. You want to do the last games real quick?
Sure.
The prime times, Atlanta Falcons at San Francisco 49ers. 49ers down to a 2-point favorite after that Falcons performance the other night.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Niners
I guess
banged up.
I'm a little surprised both of us weren't attracted to this Atlanta number more on the opener, but
yeah.
That Mac Jones, I'm kind of done betting against that Mac Jones Kendrick Bourne's duo there.
Yeah, Montana, Rice, Marino Clayton.
Almost brought this up on
Jones Bourne.
Almost brought this up on Monday, but doesn't it feel like every catch he makes is like it's a slant route that nobody's covering? Or it's like, why is he wide open right
there? They're amazing. They're connected with a line like Rodgers and Devontae were. Tampa Bay's 5.5-point dogs at Detroit. Will said he likes the Lions laying the points here. This is a Monday night doubleheader game.
That's where I would lean to. It's not going to be anything for me on this one, though, Gil. I mean, the injuries on both sides are ridiculous, right? The Lions are going to be missing half their secondary. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are running out wide receivers. They're just learning their first names with like this. Nothing for that one.
All right, and then the final one, the last of the doubleheader is on Monday night. Houston at Seattle. I bet this immediately guessing lines. Monday, Seattle -3. It is now Seattle -3.5.
Yeah, I'm in on Seattle in the under. Played 150 on the money line, I think, on Monday. I played money line and then went under 42. So
yeah, during the break, Kelly was stroking his beard in a mirror.
I was brushing it. Okay,
brushing
a beard.
I call it stroking
with the mirror I brought in.
Sure, yeah.
Every studio should have a mirror.
I don't know if he was doing makeup or something, but it was just the beard that he was messing with. And I asked our next guest whether he ever grew facial hair, and I'm dying to know the answer. Greg Peterson joins us now, courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line. You can follow him on Twitter at gunit_81. Greg, look at that face. That is a clean-shaven face. What's your story? What's your history with facial hair, Greg?
Well, we don't have much of a history with it because I'm really not good at growing facial hair. I tried a little bit a few years ago because I think everyone during COVID, they have some sort of a hair, some sort of beard, what have you story. And I realized after trying to grow it out for a few weeks that it doesn't connect at the bottom. And then it looked really, really, really bad. And so we just gave up on ever trying facial hair. We try to keep a nice, clean look. And plus, I'm one of those guys too. Hopefully there are people that can relate to this. Keep it nice and simple. That's why we go with the shaved head right here. It's one less thing that I need to worry about during the day. So I don't need to worry about doing my hair because I woke up like this.
Very, very thorough response. Very logical one. Although I will say, ladies like the facial hair, Greg. So I just want to point out, well, back to what we were talking about last week. All right, Major League Baseball tonight. Game 3 in Seattle, where the Mariners are minus 130 favorites to take a 3-0 lead in the best of 7 against the Toronto Blue Jays. It's Kirby for the Mariners. It's Bieber for the Blue Jays. What are you thinking here? What are you betting, Greg?
I took a shot on the Mariners on the money line. I personally got a minus 128. Still like it at a minus 130. It just feels like all momentum in this series for the Blue Jays was lost when they only scored 4 runs in their 2 games at home. And for Seattle, they've got a nice home field advantage because Seattle's one of the most pitcher-friendly ballparks in all of baseball. I also do the Baseball Betting Show, which is part of the VSiN family of podcasts. That's one of our fine podcasts here. And one of the guys I have on throughout the year is Curtis Rogers. He does the pre- and post-game hosting on the radio side of things for the Seattle Mariners. And he always points out the batter's eye is very strange over there at T-Mobile Park as well as it being very hard for that ball to carry, especially this time of year. And I think that really plays into the hands of George Kirby, who's been getting nearly 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. You take a look at the overall season ERA, hovering right around a 4.10 between the regular season and the postseason. Should be doing for some positivity. Doesn't give up a lot of walks. And Shane Bieber, ever since he's come off the injury list, he's been giving up a lot of hard contact. With a home run and a half per 9 innings, I do think that the 7 is a little bit too low, mainly because the Blue Jays, since the All-Star break, have a ERA that's right around the bottom half of the big leagues. So that has been a big, giant concern for them. And a lot of people think that the Seattle Mariners are an all-or-nothing team. Look no further than the likes of J.P. Crawford, Dom Canzone, even Cal Raleigh. These guys have really good on-base percentages throughout the season. So I took a shot here on Seattle on the money line, and I like that over of 7.
Wow. All right. So Seattle and the over in this ball game. Greg, is it your sense that we will see 2 sweeps here?
I don't know if we necessarily get 2 sweeps. I think for the Blue Jays, they might have an opportunity in game number 4 when it's Max Scherzer going against Luis Castillo. We're unlikely to see Brian Wu until game 5 or later. But for the Brewers, I think that this team is done for. Like with the Milwaukee Brewers, they needed to win that game number 2 with Freddie Peralta on the mound because they're either throwing out their Jose Quintana or pretty much a bulk game with Jacob Mizorowski pitching a few innings in game number 3. So for the Milwaukee Brewers, I think that they're just running into a big giant buzzsaw with the LA Dodgers, and we have seen it here in the first 2 games of that series that the Milwaukee Brewers are just being completely outclassed by a Dodgers team whose biggest weakness was their bullpen. And now you've got Roki Sasaki, Clayton Kershaw, Emmett Sheehan coming out of that bullpen. I just feel like the Dodgers are completely inevitable right now, and I think that the Dodgers are by far the best of the 4 teams remaining in the postseason. So I could see the Blue Jays picking off a game or 2 from Seattle. I think the Brewers are as good as done.
Such a great way of putting it. I think the Dodgers are inevitable. By the way, minus 186 favorites in the Tyler Glasnow Game 3 tomorrow night for the Dodgers. All right, if it is the Dodgers and the Mariners in the World Series, with apologies to the Brewers and the Blue Jays, who are still alive but up against it, if it is the Dodgers and Mariners, Greg, what would be the series price on the Mariners you would require to take a shot at them?
Boy, I don't think I would want any sort of shot whatsoever on the Seattle Mariners. I would need to be getting Mondo plus money. That would probably be one where I'd be playing it game to game, though, because I think that the Seattle Mariners could be able to push this to like 6 games. I think that the Seattle Mariners much better built than the Milwaukee Brewers to be able to hold in a series like this because they're one of the few offenses that has the home run power of the LA Dodgers. We've got Eugenio Suarez along with Cal Raleigh, a combined over 110 home runs between the regular season and the postseason between those 2 guys. That's rock solid, and they've got a deep bullpen of their own. Matt Brash, Andres Munoz, all those guys, along with that starting pitching. I think that the Seattle Mariners are probably the second best team in all of baseball right now, but the Dodgers are just that very clear number 1. Yeah, you're going to be able to get plus money on the Seattle Mariners. I would not be looking at it one bit, though, just because I do think that the LA Dodgers are just that head and shoulders better than the rest, and they're as healthy as they have been all season long, too.
No question about that. All right, Greg, you have this long streak of consecutive days of not only running 12 miles, but of doing the college basketball podcast that you do. Coast to Coast Hoops, I believe, is the name of that show. Coast
yes,
to Coast
sir.
Hoops. We'll talk more college basketball the next time you're on. Can you just give us one team right here in the last 10 seconds that you're thinking about might have some value in a futures market? And we'll dive into it more next time.
Let's give you guys Texas Tech, because I do like the fact that they bring back JT Toppin.
Okay, Texas Tech. That'll whet the appetite. We'll talk more college hoops